So if you're young and you're like, man, I don't want to be 30, you're old and decrepit, you're down the hill, you don't have anything else to look out for. That's not the case. That's not the case. Don't worry. Well, you only hit 30 once. Literally just turned 30 the other day, so I figured that I would jump on here and get some of my thoughts down on the old video camera. Some of the preconceived notions and thoughts that you have about turning 30 when you're younger. Just, I don't know, I don't feel that it hits the same kind of chords almost as it does right now. I know that when I was younger, I was thinking 30? 30 years old, that's, you know, you're old. You know, you should have all the things that you wanted to already done because you're getting your way onto an old man. Oh, that's so far from the truth. So far from the truth. I may have just turned 30, but I sure do not feel like I'm 30 years old. In my mind, I'm still feeling like I'm, I don't know, 19, 18, 20 years old. So I guess that's all that really matters. If you don't feel the age that you are, and as long as you feel younger than you are, then I think age doesn't really matter. But I know when, before I got old and I turned 30, that, let's say, you know, back when you're in your late teens, let's say 18, 19, you think, holy geez, I got a long way to 30. So you're just like, okay, well, you know, I should have, you know, a family, a house, I should have a car or a truck or something along those lines, a family and a dog, you know, the quintessential items that you think of when you turn 30. Well, I could say that I have a couple of those checked off. I have owned a house before. I completely renovated that house and then sold it because that is not the route that I want to go. If you're checking out my other channel, it's Maple Monkey Media. I'm trying to go live a more self-sustainable off-grid life. I find that much more rewarding than kind of living in your own general cookie-cutter house. But I went down that route before. I bought my first house when I was 19, and I had it for about 5 or 6 years. Renovated it all, and then sold it because I knew that wasn't the route that I wanted to go. So even though that I don't have the traditional house right now when I am turning 30, I am building my own kind of little piece of paradise right now as well. Same with the family. Almost had a family a couple times. It was super close with some of the girlfriends that I had. It just wasn't the right time. So I find that a lot of my friends and a lot of people that I know, they've had kids, you know, in their early 20s or even into the late teenage years. So I'm one of the last ones, kind of in my little group of circle there, that doesn't have any kids yet. That's not to say that I don't want kids though, because I definitely do want kids. For the times that I almost had kids, it was just the wrong timing. I had my house and I had a girlfriend. She wanted to start a family, but I was literally just finishing renovating it. And I'm like, look, I'm about to head on the road. I'm gonna travel some places in the world, see here, there, and everywhere, hopefully. And so that's what I did. So it wasn't the right timing for that. So if you're young and you're like, man, I don't want to be 30, you're old and decrepit, you're down the hill, you don't have anything else to look out for. That's not the case. That's not the case. Don't worry. 30 is a good number to come by. In my mind, even though I'm 30, I still feel like, there we go. Even though in my mind I'm 30, I still feel like I'm 20 years old. So age is just a number. You don't have to believe in that number as long as in your brain that you feel that you're younger. And if you still have your health, you should check that box off right now. Give yourself a pat on the back and try and keep that up, because if you don't have health in this world, chances are you're not going to have very much. 30 years old, holy jeez, by George, 30 years old. Should I be walking around with a walker? Oh there, hey Billy, it's okay, I'm only 30 years old. I can't do that yet. My beard's not gray, my hair's not gray. Even though I may have some gray in my hair, I'm not showing it. The main key point is, if I don't have gray in my beard, that's okay. I do not want gray in my beard or my mustache, because then I will literally feel like I am old. I used to work with this boss, and that's what it was. He had gray and white and brown and black all in his facial hair. We used to call him Salt and Pepper. And oh boys, he would get just some angry. Oh, how's it going there, Salt and Pepper? You could just see it in his eyes. He absolutely hated it. I'm not gonna get to that point, so that's okay. Not with the Salt and Pepper, but I mean, if you call me Salt and Pepper, hey, it's all good. I'm not gonna let the little things bother me. That's one of the things that I've learned in my 30 years of life on this world. Don't sweat the small stuff. There's always gotta be something that gets on your nerves. Maybe big, maybe small, but don't let it get on your nerves. This is an old man passing his education along to those young gaffers over there. Don't sweat the small stuff. So, 30 years old. I've done some pretty awesome things in the time leading up to this monumental marker, as they might say. Some of them being lived on different parts of Canada, hitchhiked across Canada, lived over on the West Coast 3 different times. I've been to Mexico 3 different times. I've backpacked around Mexico. I've met some amazing people on all of my travels. Lived on the other side of the world. I traveled 55 hours from Mexico so I could live in Bali, Indonesia. So I lived there for 3 months, and just all kinds of amazing things. I owned a house. I should have actually written down a list of the things that I consider my own accomplishments, but those are a few off the top of my head that maybe I didn't plan on accomplishing in those certain orders, but it just worked out that way, and I'm so glad that it did. And now that I am an old man, my travels and all that aren't gonna stop. They may be in a different way with all this crap that's going on, but I'm hoping in the next couple years that I'll be able to continue my goal of buying and refurbishing a van and going across Canada, down into California, and down through into Mexico. But that's dependent on everything that happens in the next couple of years. But regardless, I'm gonna get across Canada with my van and a dirt bike and see some amazing things, because I still have to see up north of Canada. I've been to every province but the ones like Northwest Territories and up in the far north. So that's one of my goals that I want to do here in Canada before, let's say, I don't know, before I'm 35, before I'm too over the hill and old decrepit, right, and I need a walker and hearing aids and maybe be gumming some dentures or something. I don't know, right? Who knows what's gonna happen? Still got all my teeth though, not too bad. Like I say, there's no gray in the beard. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling alive. 30 years old, that ain't nothing to me. Ain't nothing, eh? Just say this is 30, just give that a little kick in the arse there, eh? If any of you have followed me over from my other channel, Maple Monkey Media, then you know that there hasn't been a build video in the last little bit. Is between the weather and things coming on in real life, holidays, birthdays, just random occurrences, I haven't been able to get anything up or built in that since the video before Why Do I Want to Go Off Grid. I'm just waiting for some nice weather to come around. I literally only need a couple more days and I can get everything starting to get roof tight. Once it's all roof tight, the fun begins and I can kind of move everything inside and start the process of the customization of the inside, getting my windows and my wood stove and all of that in place. So if you want to check that out, there's going to be a link in the description below. It's Maple Monkey Media. My dementia's going. I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh geez, I'm 30 years old now, boys. What was I gonna say? They say your memory is the first thing to go. They say your memory is the second thing to go. I can't remember the first. Little dumb humor for y'all. So, I mean, in closing, I don't think that turning 30 is all that bad. I know leading up to it, there's kind of like, people are like, oh, well, what are your thoughts on turning 30? I'm like, well, I mean, quite honestly, it's just another day. There's no difference in the day before or the day after, and your birthday's right in between. You're still the same person. It's just a different number that may be associated with your name. And like I said earlier in the video, age is only a number. You don't have to feel like you're 30. You don't have to feel like you're 60. I know some older people, 60, 70, 80-year-olds, and they still feel and act like they're, let's say, 20 years old. So I think the older you get, as long as you're healthy, of course, and you feel good in your mind and your body. There may be some days where you feel old, obviously, but for the most part, I think if you can kind of trick your body and have a placebo almost for your mind, keep telling yourself that I'm young and I am just handsome, beautiful, I can accomplish anything that I want to. I'm only 20 years old. Well, hey, your body just might start to take recognition of that. And it may be, like I say, it may be almost like a placebo effect where you kind of trick your mind and your body into thinking you're younger than you are. There's the joke too where you're at the age of 29 and every year on you just stay 29. You never hit that big 3-0. It's not that big a deal. Not that big a deal at all. Embrace it. Love it. And it's only gonna come once in a year. 30 years, the big 3-0. Only once in your life you're gonna hit this number. So I think you have to embrace it. Don't run away from the age. I can, even looking at this video right now, I can see there's crow's feet on my eyes and wrinkles under my eyes and just like, oh look, wrinkles on my forehead. I'm like, man, don't remember seeing that in the videos a couple years ago. So you gotta take it in stride. Don't take things too seriously. Laugh at yourself, love yourself. And most definitely, hopefully other people can laugh at you with you. So that's gonna be the video for the day. Just some of my thinking thoughts on me turning 30. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and the other ones that I'll be posting on the channel. If you want, you can check out my other travel videos that are in my video section here, or you can head over to Maple Monkey Media and see what I've been up to with my off-grid building and my off-grid property. Until next time, muchly appreciate y'all stopping by this old man's page right here and seeing some of my thinking thoughts of turning 30 years old. If your birthday's soon, happy belated birthday, happy early birthday, have a wondrous day. We'll talk at you soon. Keep those stick on the ice. You can't start at the finish line, and there's no failure if you keep moving forward and keep pushing. So this is gonna be me signing off today. Muchly appreciate taking some time out of your day, checking out this video, maybe subscribing and giving it a big thumbs up if you like it. And you are beautiful. You are kings and queens in my books. Keep after those goals. Keep after that bright future you have in your mind's eye. Cheers, everybody. Cheers.